introduce the next one. Like I was saying, they're territorial in the declined field. They also they're the only bird who gets to talk. Now they're very common, and you'll often see them soaring above wide open habitats using their beautiful large broad wings. About 4 feet on average for a red-tailed hawk for their wingspan. So they will be catching rising pockets of hot air called thermals, trying to flap their wings as little as possible, really masters of energy conservation. So they're up in the sky using their excellent vision, waiting for something like a little rabbit to come bursting out of the bushes. And then they'll come swooping in nice and low to try and disguise their shadow, reduce drag, increase lift. Oh, and that rabbit would have never seen him coming. And now that he's down on the ground, you can see he's got his wings sticking out. That is a behavior called mantling. He's trying to shield his prize from anyone who may come along and try and steal it from him. Kind of like when you have a plate of French fries and someone tries to take one, you're like, no, those are mine. So that's what he's doing. We always want to have a good relationship with our birds. We don't want them to... So this is Jury. She is a turkey vulture. Some people are surprised to hear that we get vultures in Canada. They're definitely not fans of our cold winters, so they're really only summertime visitors. In the southern part of our country. Yes, this is the part of the demo where the ducking comes in handy, by the way. The first thing you probably notice about Jury is her bright red bald head. And that is for a very practical reason. When a vulture is scavenging on a carcass, they'll often stick their whole head right in there to get at the good bits. So if she had feathers on her head, it would be pretty much impossible to keep them clean. By not having any feathers up there, it is a lot easier for the goop that she picks up to be baked off in the sun or rinsed off in the rain. And another thing you'll notice about Jury's head is that she's got one enormous nostril that you can actually see right through. Turkey vultures have an excellent sense of smell. They can smell a carcass from about 4 kilometers away. So that giant nostril, it acts as a kind of scoop, helping collect air particles and helping her get a really good whiff in. As Jury's flying around, you probably notice she's got some pretty impressive wings. Turkey vultures have almost the same wingspan as a bald eagle, so you can sometimes be indistinguishable when they're soaring around in the sky. A big difference, though, is that turkey vultures are significantly lighter than a bald eagle, which makes them a lot more efficient. So they've been seen soaring around for 6 hours at a time without even needing to flap their wings. And vultures, they're kind of known as nature's cleanup crew. You know, they clean up everyone else's leftovers. But it goes beyond this, because they will even remove harmful pathogens from the environment. They've got really acidic stomachs, about the same pH as car battery acid, so they can eat things that have died from really harmful stuff like anthrax, rabies, botulism, and the vulture will be totally fine. In fact, what comes out the other side is totally sterile. It's so sterile, they even use it to clean themselves. Now this may sound a little counterintuitive to us humans, but it's true. If you get a look at Jury's feet, you may notice that they are covered in a bit of a chalky substance.